And I would really love to hear this. I would love to hear from the audience. What recent Sega games now, Alpha Omega Sin, you love the Yakuza series, right?
I do quite a bit.
But do you feel the Yakuza series could fuel a resurgence for this company? Is that enough? Are there, you know more about this because I have not. The last Sega game that I played was Sonic Generations. And I had to get that one used. That one did
Yeah,
not
but
push me
why
to say,
would you
hey,
play Yakuza when Sleeping Dogs is just like Yakuza with a budget?
yeah,
I
but see,
can't
Yakuza
I
has
can't argue with
personality.
that, but I will be completely honest. Sleeping Dogs story wise has nothing on the Yakuza games.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I can't really speak to that. I haven't played enough Yakuza to judge.
I mean, put it
Well,
this way, like, I mean, you already know I'm a big fan of Sleeping Dogs, but the genuinely the Yakuza games, while I love them to death, and I will go on and say that everybody should at least give them a try, whether you're a fan of beat 'em ups or what the fuck ever. But are they going to sell a system? No. Why? Because they are niche. And that's the truth.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
understand that they do not have the mainstream appeal. And Sonic the Hedgehog, the main problem with that is that I had this discussion recently is that Sonic's the actual Sonic the Hedgehog name has lost a lot of its luster because of a
Yeah.
few trips. And I know that somebody might scoff and laugh like a few, but the truth is that Sega's put out a lot of really good Sonic the Hedgehog games and they went completely unnoticed. All the Sonic Advance games, the Sonic Rush games, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, and a lot of those just went completely unnoticed and unwarranted. But all the ones that fucked up, those ones got, they got the red carpet treatment,
Yeah.
and that's their cash cow right there. This isn't, they don't have Alex Kidd anymore. They don't do shit with Toe Jam and Earl. Phantasy Star is now a niche fucking franchise.
Oh, and they
Love it or
tried they
hate it.
tried to bring back Golden Axe, and look how that worked.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they fucked that into the goddamn dirt. I was pissed off as shit. I really was. Beast Rider, that can go fuck itself. That like find a goddamn dimension just filled with fucking like porcupines that have fucking AIDS tips and fucking send it there. That fucking disgusted me because I'm a big fan of the fucking trilogy. It's amazing, and fuck anybody that says otherwise. I don't give a shit if you're like it's not that great. You know what? Bob my knob and fuck off.
No,
Okay,
they're
it's
they're some
fucking
of the
great.
best beat 'em ups ever made. No quite. And then weren't they gonna bring back Streets of Rage, and they wound up
Dude,
canceling
yeah,
it.
they canned it, and the fucked up part about it was they had a competent studio that was making it, and while yes, it didn't look exactly like Streets of Rage, let's be realistic. You're going from 16-bit to fucking current gen.
Yeah.
Shit's obviously going to be different, and it looked at least like it was competent and something I would like to have picked up and played. I'm not going to say it was fucking Double Dragon Neon, which I do love to death, but it looked like it could have been fun. And the thing is Sega holds a wealth of franchises that they do nothing with. Nothing.
Yeah, I think the fundamental problem for Sega, really, when you break it right down, has been that their big franchises, the Sonics, the Golden Axes, the Streets of Rage, have not properly made the transition to 3D. That's really just fundamentally where it's at. They Sonic had such a bumpy transition. I mean,
Yeah.
that transition was about as smooth as Rikishi's ass. From 16-bit 2D, platformer to 3D platforming. I mean, God, the Dreamcast game and all. I mean, just so many terrible, terrible Sonic games. And they finally, like, toward the end of the PS2 life cycle, they just started to try and put a run together. But by then, it was like they had released so many bad games that didn't work that it
Yeah.
was like, man, you wish they had just taken. You wish they hadn't released any games during that time and taken a really, really long time to just finally arrive at where they got with those later PS2 Sonic titles. You know what I mean? Like you just wish that had happened, because I think if that had happened, Sega might actually, Sonic might actually still be viable. Because Super Mario made that transition and made it brilliantly with Mario 64, but there's no Mario 64 for Sonic.